Elle here from Millennial Marriage. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to first of all thank you because we just hit 100 subscribers. So I have to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys. Thank you for being here, for subscribing, for liking the videos. I just am so excited for this community to keep growing, and I feel like it's off to a really good, authentic, kind start. So thank you for being that. You did that, not me. Thanks. Thank you so much. As you guys know, I started this YouTube channel last March. So March 2020, or February 2020 was my first video. And then, yeah, life and the world and the pandemonium happened. I know what the word is. It's just that YouTube attaches information and flags your video and can hide it from people seeing it. It just affects the algorithm depending on what words you use, which I totally agree with. But this video is not really about the pandemonium, so that's why I said that. Like daily vlogs with my husband, and I think I got one done, and then yeah, life and the world changed. And my life changed a lot. I've talked about this a little bit in my first video back, my soft girl ASMR, but I did lose my job in March 17th. I got an email saying that my entire workplace would be shut down, no one would be returning, and there would be no pay or anything they could do about it. We were just all let go. I was dealing with, for the first time in my life, trying to understand unemployment, both state unemployment, but there was also a lot of new laws coming out related to the pandemic and federal unemployment assistance. So my life completely changed. I know everyone else's did. And around that same time, so many other things were happening. I'm sure you guys can relate, but I started getting really involved in the Black Lives Matter movement, political activism. I did actually, let me just show you. You guys know that from the Q&A what my 2021 vision board is, and I talked to you a lot about what I experienced in 2020, but I just really, for the first time in my life, the first election ever, threw myself into learning not just like the gist of each candidate, through my Etsy shop into being a part of that change. It's a small business. It's really not even something that could like support me and my husband financially solo yet. It will be one day, but it was so important to me to, instead of not understanding or not knowing certain things related to politics, but also social justice issues, I just really wanted to dive in, and I just could no longer do what I had been doing my entire previous life, like not my past life, but I've talked about this a few times on my Instagram page, but I left Instagram in protest because a lot of people just weren't behaving the way that I expected. A lot of influencers throwing parties, going on these vacations out of the country when there was a 2-week quarantine waiting period, but they weren't actually taking that. Just all of these maskless parties, but we did the COVID rapid test and there was a 30-minute holding period, cocktail hour. I'm not faulting anybody, Kim, for having the means to fly everyone to a private island. She's always been able to do that. And I think that I didn't necessarily expect for us all to have the same experience. It was already a thing that Kim could afford to fly to a private island and I could not. And in fact, I was interested to see what her trip was like, and, you know, love to see her glowing bod on the beach living her best life, and, you know, double tap the pic, keep moving. A lot of celebrities, influencers, and I say that as a part of the influencer community, have not read the room. You've not read the room this whole past year. TikTok dancers, I know that they seem like they're 13, they're actually full-grown adults, and they need to go out to these brunches, these bars. These people that are in the spotlight are influences, are not fucking good influences. Don't need to be influencing their millions of followers, which may be people like me. Yeah, I was following Kim and Kylie. I no longer do. But it may also be, and mainly is, children. Who are you as a 13-year-old you going to emulate? Dr. Fauci or Kim Kardashian? Yeah, I really got such a bad taste in my mouth. I'm really not talking about micro influencers here, just because I don't have time to focus on it. Yes, there's a lot of people that I was surprised to see like racist tweets about the BLM protest. I saw whose tweets you were liking. I saw it, and it just is what it is. That's another day, another time. But on a little bit of a grander scale, I was just, every time I signed on my feed, let down, disappointed. There could have been, you know, something very important going on, like Breonna Taylor's Vogue cover, which was phenomenal, groundbreaking, not enough, but still great that they did that. And it's just like a lot of people posted their black square, so, you know, they were never going to talk about it ever again. They haven't since. They haven't made a single move for change, not even signing an online petition that takes 2 seconds. I was just very aware of that, and, you know, what energy I was signing into Instagram, and like had a post ready to prepare, and I just felt like I wasn't seeing that same energy, so why waste my time? And that's actually so stupid and so wrong for me to focus on TikTok and YouTube and reaching out to people that were really already like-minded and really like echoing the same things that I was feeling, and I'm like double tapping like, yes, exactly. But I have to keep being me and keep talking about what I believe in on Instagram, and that has gone from body positive fashion, and I still am body positive. Look, I will always be, but the topics are about to get a lot broader and a lot more controversial, and I frankly, my dear, don't give a damn. I cannot let my legacy be that I was disappointed with a lot of people that I had been looking up to and felt like they were bad influences, and I just let them keep doing them and leading the way and being the influence. I'm not saying by any means that little old me could ever take on Kim or TikTokers, the D'Amelio, like James Charles. I don't have any interest in, there quite frankly is no competition with me. I am not trying to say like get them out and usher in like me and other people that are like-minded. I'm just trying to stay true to myself. I was logging on feeling like, okay, not even a single outfit in my feed with anyone wearing a mask or anyone talking about staying home. These are like bloggers at restaurants, celebs at an island. It's wrong. It's just very clear to me over the past year that a lot of people have chosen themselves and their personal comfort and happiness and fun over, and their idea of fun, right? Over care and kindness and others. Another thing that I've really suffered through this past year, and the main thing that I wanted to talk to you about in this video today, is Sallie Mae. Sallie Mae, I'm sure you guys are aware, but it's a loan service provider similar to Freddie Mae and Fannie Mac. Here's a little bit about them.
When Sallie Mae was created in 1972 as a quasi-governmental agency, its purpose was to encourage private banks to loan to students who were considered to be a credit risk. It didn't make the loans itself. But 9 years ago, Sallie Mae severed its ties to the government and became a private lender, much like a bank. That transformation has proved lucrative for Sallie Mae, to say the least. Since 1995, the company's stock price has gone up almost 2,000%. The question is, does Sallie Mae's success come at too steep a cost to students and taxpayers?
So what's the reality of that actually? Well,
Refused at every step in the way.
Why?
I don't know why. They just refused. They said no, you will pay the penalty, you will pay the fees, you will pay the interest on the penalties and fees.
For some borrowers, the system is unforgiving. But it has worked well for lenders like Sallie Mae, which has 10,000 employees in 19 states and manages $123 billion in student loans. Sallie Mae declined to give us an on-camera interview, saying they didn't think they'd get a fair shake.
let's see what one of my very favorite financial gurus has to say, Dave Ramsey.
Everyone in America knows that Sallie Mae has been such a blessing so far. I mean, everything Sallie Mae touches turns to gold. Aren't you just happy you had that old woman in your life at some point? Its new cards offer rewards for responsible financial behavior, which would not include getting one of the cards. God, this is so stupid.
Of course, I didn't do this when I was in law school because, I just was so positive and had the rest of my life ahead of me. But I mean, I wish I had. So another reason I'm making this video. But when you Google Sallie Mae or search on YouTube, search Reddit, search anything, search Sallie Mae scam, Sallie Mae abuse, Sallie Mae harass me. That is a thing, okay? That's a thing. It's happened to me this past year, which I'm gonna talk to you about. And I know that I'm not alone. I know it's happening to other people. So please, you guys, I am begging. I'm not begging for you to subscribe necessarily, although that'd be great. Join us. But I am begging you. I don't even care if you like the video. I mean, I do. I want you to like it. But please leave me a comment. Please comment me down below. And yes, I guess like the video, but if you're experiencing this too, nothing will change unless we talk about it. Nothing will change unless we share our experiences and keep this at the forefront of the conversation. Because guess who's not doing it for us? Congress. Sallie Mae is a totally separate thing from the federal government, actually. They used to do business with the federal government, but now they don't get to anymore. And the interesting thing about Sallie Mae, even though they're now privatized, they don't do business with the federal government anymore, is that their loans are all still backed by the federal government, you guys. So, take me for example. If my loan actually defaulted, at the moment that the loan defaults, it's in Sallie Mae's business, in their contracts, and it's backed by federal law actually, that the moment a borrower defaults, the federal government pays Sallie Mae the full interest and total of the loan. Yes, you heard it right. I said it right. No, I'm not wrong. Sallie Mae gets paid either way.
If you just can't pay, why does it make sense to squeeze you if you can't do it?
Well, the student lenders know that at the end of the day, if they've run out of, if they've exhausted their opportunities for you, the government's going to pay them. They're still going to make money. They're guaranteed.
Guaranteed because Congress, wanting to help students who otherwise would not qualify for a loan, created the Guaranteed Loan Program for private lenders, under which the government covers most of the student loans made by Sallie Mae.
It may be called private by the people in the system, but it's not private at all.
What do you call it?
Frankly, it's a socialist-like system.
Michael Dannenberg analyzes student loan policy at the New America Foundation, a nonpartisan think tank.
It's not as if this private entity is assuming any risk. No. The law makes sure that this so-called private entity has virtually no risk.
On top of that, Sallie Mae also owns some of the biggest collection agencies in the country. Once a student borrower goes into default, the government pays Sallie Mae all the principal and compounded interest that have accrued. The loan then passes into the collection phase. If Sallie Mae is the collector, it gets to keep up to 25% of whatever is recovered. In 2005, nearly a fifth of its revenue came from its collection business.
That's the problem, you guys. And that's why it's not okay for them to harass us and for them to just overall affect our health and our lives, our psyche, the way that they do. Because let me tell you, Sallie Mae has sent me to therapy, and we will get more into that. But this last year of my life, honest to God, except for the year, I think except for the year that my dad died, and I'm trying to think now through the year of my spine surgery and some other things we experienced was really hard. But no, this has probably been the hardest year of my life. The pandemic, at the end of the day, has been scary for everybody, but I know that it's not a reflection of me. It's not my fault. I didn't cause it. It's not the fault of one person. It's certainly not mine. I didn't miss a payment and the pandemic happened. You know what I mean? So yes, it is an unknown, it's scary, but it doesn't make me lose sleep at night. I lose sleep at night for the healthcare workers, people that can't throw funerals for their families, while LA influencers throw house parties, by the way. It doesn't have this same psychological effect on me as Sallie Mae's harassment and abuse. And I truly do feel harassed and abused by them. I feel, I've had panic attacks after my phone calls with them. I've had therapy sessions where for the entire hour, I just sit there with my head in my hands and cry, and nothing that the therapist says makes me feel better about Sallie Mae. So yes, that's my real experience, and I know that I can't be alone in that. I just really wanted to come on here and make this video to say, don't give up. Don't give up. I know that you want to, and that it feels personal and wrong and like sinister. I have felt that. I have been in the fetal position on the floor feeling that from Sallie Mae. You are not alone. Never give up. You can never give up. They hope that you do. They want you to. They are counting on your ignorance. They are counting on the fact, and I'm not calling you ignorant, by the way, but they are hoping and counting on the fact that you won't have the legal knowledge on this stuff, that you won't have the understanding of their different departments and how loans work and what they're willing to tolerate, what your rights are, what your own rights are. They don't give a shit. And that is what bothers me. I have been told several illegal things by Sallie Mae over the last year, and it boggles the mind that, and terrifies me. This is what keeps me up at night. There are other people out there that don't have a law degree like me, and they are getting these phone calls from Sallie Mae, and they're being told this stuff, and they're saying it threateningly enough to them and scarily enough that these people are probably like, okay, yeah, I guess I have to sell my car and settle with you. I guess it's my only option. It is illegal. Again, I will say it is illegal, some of the things Sallie Mae has done to me. I am lucky enough to know that from my legal education, for which I am indebted to them. I guess that's good that I have that. I just want to give you the gist of my experience, you guys. I don't want to take too much more of your time or get into the nitty-gritty unless you want me to. If you guys leave me comments and likes that you've had the similar experience, or you want me to get more into depth on what worked for me, what exactly I had to say and do, and if you need any of these phone numbers or addresses, please let me know and I will make a more detailed part 2. I want to make content that makes you guys happy. I know a lot of you love the ASMR, loved the true crime, so thank you. But this commentary playlist and commentary outlet is really, really good for me, good for my mental health. And look, I think they would just love for us all to keep suffering and being embarrassed by our loan debt and our terrible credit scores. Mine is a trash can. My credit score is a trash can. They're actually fixing it right now. Someone in their Office of Customer Advocacy, which is this whole thing you should know about. It does exist. It is your last lifeline before litigation with Sallie Mae. So use that to your advantage and don't give up until you hear from them about your complaint, which is essentially what happened to me. So like I said, I lost my job in March. I started reaching out to Sallie Mae in March to take advantage of their COVID forbearance program. That is a program where it's actually their disaster forbearance, but that is what they were pushing everybody to utilize for COVID purposes. So March, April, May, June, July, like literally every single month I'm calling, which I had to do. It was the process. You get a new account manager every month, which further complicates things. They use that to say that that's how they remain unbiased with your account and get someone neutral to manage it and help you every month. But it's really just a way to, in my opinion, fuck with the borrower and make their life more complicated, truly. I was sobbing in multiples of these phone calls saying, you know, I literally don't have the money to pay you. What do you want me to do? I don't have it. Essentially, there was something the entire time that they could have been offering to me that would have been much more beneficial and made more sense for credit reporting purposes, called hardship forbearance, not disaster forbearance. Yesterday, this all finally was resolved. And I am starting to feel like myself again. I am starting to feel like I can mentally handle all of this and come back to the gram and point out everybody's thoughtless and careless COVID violations as I should. Yeah, this really just all resolved yesterday, February 4th. It's February 5th as I record this and post this, and I can't fucking think straight about anything else. I can't. I have had on different outfits today. I have my props over here, my mic. I have tried to record. Oh fuck, I forgot to put my little mic on. It'll be fine. Can you hear me, Sally? Was going to record an ASMR video and I was going to record a true crime video. My next true crime video was requested to be John Bonet, which I'm really excited to cover. But I just have this weighing on my mind, weighing on my heart, you guys. I cannot think straight until I tell you about it, until I get it off my chest and really offer just that you're not alone, offer my experience, and offer how I can be there for you if you're dealing with the same thing. I know a lot of people have struggled financially over the past year. I am so sorry, and you're not alone. I don't have a solution for that overall, but I do feel like I have a solution for Sallie Mae. It's that they shouldn't exist and should be sued in a class action. I'm kidding, that was a joke. Jokes, I got jokes. I have experienced 10 months of abuse from them. Verbal abuse, threats, being told illegal information. being collected upon while my claim was being reviewed by OCA. I mean, I really got a phone call January 21st where somebody offered me a settlement where I would need to pay $10,000 immediately over the phone. Ha! The fact you think I have that in my bank account, and that should have never have happened, and I should have never wasted an hour on the phone going back and forth with that guy from corporate before hearing back from the OCA. So I just really need you guys to know, if you feel like you're dealing with something unfair, wrong, sinister, and unjust, and you feel that in your gut, you're right. Trust your gut. Trust your gut. Fight for yourself. Never give up. I want you to know that you don't have to have an attorney. You don't have to be an attorney to stand up to your student loan provider. You just have to have courage, and you have to have will. You can't. There's been a lot of days that I have to think about dialing the number for 30 minutes, and then I have to change shirts because I've sweated through that shirt and I'm shaking. So I just can't undercut that I'm with you, and I know how it hurts. I know how it torments, and you have to persist. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm not saying it makes sense or it's right, but you have to persist because you will get through it. I finally heard back from the OCA yesterday. They completely agreed with my complaint. They completely reversed the charge off of the loan, and it's all fixed. They are abusive. They're harassing. I had a woman on January 25th or 26th. I'd have to check my legal file, but a woman in escalations, I asked her to put me in contact with the OCA, and she lied to me and said that they had tried to reach out to me and I had missed my opportunity to talk to them. But I sure seemed to know the address because I had been able to mail them a detailed complaint. So why don't I just write them a letter? No, I'm not exaggerating. No, I'm not really paraphrasing. That's pretty much exactly what was said to me. And it's really heartbreaking. It's actually fucking degrading. And just know that it doesn't define you. I know you know that, and I know the only reason you're crying or questioning that is because they've knocked you down that hard and that long and that much. But you're not. You're not wrong. You're not less than. You're not what Sallie Mae says or thinks about you. You are not unable to protect yourself from them or defeat them. It just takes, a few hours of your evening at FedEx and potentially up to 10 months of your heart and your persistence and your time. And I don't have a solution for that part of it either. I'm just sorry. I think that all student loans should be forgiven. I think all influencers, no matter if you have 10,000 followers or if you have a YouTube channel that depends on collaborations with other makeup artists, you can fucking do those virtually and you can stay home. Ha! This has been Positive Polly. But really, I love you guys. I am so relieved that this dark cloud, this part of my life has been over. I've gotten through it. I'm here for you, for yours, for your life, your loan situations, whatever it is you're going through. Leave me a comment below. We are all here in this community. Yeah. We're all in this together. So suck my dick, Sallie Mae. Walk this way, then keep walking off the fucking edge of the earth. It's not flat, that's okay. Wear a mask and Bye. I've never seen High School Musical. Anyway, you guys, I've been Elle. I'm here to help you focus on your soul aesthetic. I'm half of the Millennial Marriage channel, and I am here for you. I hope that you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe. I hope that you are thinking about who influences you. I will never give my money to Kim Kardashian or Kylie or a lot of people ever again. Sold a lot of merch on Poshmark. Until next time, you guys, bye.